application
Yes, I
of
can
a
see it.
Canva model. So everyone can see the screen. All right. So we discussed intermediaries and the Canvas business model. But before we go on to the exercise of today, which is application, can you guys just tell me what you understood in the previous lesson based on how you took it, of course? So you are not wrong at all. I just want to see if you still have fresh memories about what we discussed in the previous lesson.
Okay, I'm not sure like if I'm audible enough because it's raining here, ne?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, now what I can remember or what I've learned is that like between kiri intermediation with disintermediation,
Mm-hmm.
yes, like um whereby okay, let me say by me, whereby some things I'm doing them but I'm not aware. Maybe saying "Hore," like I'm doing hair. So for me to get customers, I have to advertise on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm able to get customers myself, like just go straight to a person and be like, come and do your hair, I'm doing hair, like which means I'm what? I'm this what? This A. That process.
Okay. I know it's a
Yeah.
difficult word to pronounce. I always struggle with disintermediation myself.
Yes.
Mm.
And the canvas model, yeah, I understand it a bit.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Ponseng. And I know with this exercise, you are going to understand the problem with online lessons, because if it was a physical lesson, we're actually going to draw that because that's what we did during the day. We actually drew that on the board and then started to fill it in. That table that you can see in the textbook, we started to fill in one by one, like under partnership, what is it that we need to put, under. But let's try to make it work here if it's going to work. Who is this? Besh, do you have anything to say?
So, in the previous lesson, we learned the role that intermediaries play, and that is distribution of products or services, and they are third parties, so they're in between the producer and the consumer, and their role basically is to connect the two. And then we also learned of that there's, I think, three ways of doing or performing disintermediation. And also we learned about various ways of doing reintermediation. And then now we just learned about the Canvas business model. And so, yeah, we'll now apply it.
Okay. Um, then I've got a question that I also asked during the day. So if you are given a chance, guys, right now to start a business, would you sell directly to consumers? Would you use an intermediary, a distributor? As it stands right now, if you were to start a business.
So I would personally use an intermediary because I'm assuming that, well, right now I don't have a business, but I'm thinking that
Mm.
the reason I would partner with an intermediary is because they already have an existing
Mm-hmm.
clientele, consumers, and I wouldn't want to start
From
necessarily
scratch.
to get my own customers and like grow and whatnot. I wouldn't want to go through that process. I would go to um an existing intermediary with an existing clientele or consumer.
Okay, that makes sense. One saying, would you do the same or you do directly? You'd start with your own customers.
Ah, so I would use an intermediary.
Okay. So at least I love the fact that you guys, you can actually get this, and I'm impressed. So the only way you can not involve intermediaries is when you have got an established market. For example, if you are self-employed and you are good at fixing hair, like you can plait people's hair, right? And you have got a network of people can come to you. There's no need for you to involve others. You can always reach out uh, people from your social capital. But if there's no one, even those at home, you can't even convince to buy your product, then you need to use someone who's got an already established market. At least on that one, we do agree, because to start from scratch also you can have many losses, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to to shoot up just like that. You can even fail. But if you use someone with established markets, and also remember, if you have got a standalone product, it will be difficult, because some products are meant to be consumed together with other products. It's rare, even though people do it nowadays, for someone to buy a Coke on its own. You always buy something to accompany with it when you are eating, right? Naturally. So meaning that selling a Coke on its own, if there's no bread, for example, if there are no solids on it, I mean, it's difficult. So that's why it would make sense for Coke to approach distributors who are selling other things that can be consumed with Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola can actually be consumed with many meals, can be part of many meals. But if it's being sold alone, it might be pointless to have a notable number of customers. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Same thing with baked beans. We want to put baked beans elsewhere. Maybe we want to put baked beans on bread, or baked beans in rice, But if cool baked beans decides to sell their baked beans on its own, what are we going to eat it with it? So it must be accompanied with something else. Now we are going to have an exercise, guys. So let's apply the canvas business model. Here it is, and it's blank here. So we need to fill this thing. It is the same template, guys. We are just filling it, looking at a kid's toy. So let's say we have decided to start a company that sells toys for kids who are at the creche, who are 5 years and young. How would we go about it? Who would you want to partner with? Let's start with key partners. And we need to engage on this one, guys. Who would be our key partners for a toy company?
So I'm
Restaurants?
thinking
You
for so
thinking
for a,
something, Besh?
yes, so for a toy company, I think our key partners needs to be I wanted to say parents, but I also want to say that it needs to be a company that has online presence, like maybe a Take a Lot,
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and
so here you'll be using Takealot as a distributor, as an
yes,
intermediary. Okay, so
yes.
under key partners, you can put Takealot. Okay, who else?
I think I can also put physical retailers like your Pick and Pays, your ShopRites, your Toy City.
Okay. What about restaurants, your McDonald's, when kids buy a meal,
Oh yeah, absolutely. And schools
or your
also.
and schools? So at least, guys, you see that you're getting it, what you are trying to do here. So those will be your key partners on the left side. What about key activities? What is it that would do to sell or to promote those toys? What are the activities that would be involved in?
So I think one of the
Suppose,
things that they mention here is service promotion, experience creation. I think also there's an opportunity to perhaps partner with the target market for this product and like create cool content or personal reviews.
so
Obviously,
that's
if it's toys,
co-creation.
it's yeah, if it's toys, then it's children, and then we'd create content around that. And the one around experience, we could have, because obviously children can't leave a review, then perhaps parents could then leave a review on behalf of the children on our website,
Okay, so
or even
that
on
would
Take a
go to
Lot.
customer relationships, I think, and channels. Yeah, that would go to customer relationships, what we are talking about. Can you see the customer relationships there where I'm moving my arrow?
Oh yes, yes, I'm looking at it now. Self-service.
But what
Oh,
about
okay, yeah.
here on key activities here?
And
What
then
do we
we
need
would
to do?
post about it on social media as a way of
That's
promoting it.
okay, that's channels.
I think key activities. I think maybe
Yes.
are the safety testing, like to see if
Okay.
the toy it's
So
safe.
you can have educational campaigns on safety, uh, safety testing. All right. Guys, what about let me think. Sponsorships at schools, like when schools have got functions or running competitions or I don't know, those
They would fall
jumping
under
castle
sales.
things.
So would that fall under sales maximization?
Yes, it can fall under there.
Mm.
Then key resources here, you need staff. Can you see the bottom one? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
trying to be fast because I see that you are running out of time. So under key resources, you can put employees there. Even the images, guys, can you see those emojis right next to it? The factories, the in-stores, if you are in-store, you put there, those are the resources that you need. The logistics, you can put it here. The cost structures is the salaries that you need to pay to people and so forth. The sponsorships, if you want to sponsor, for example, orphans, do you know, like toys, as a toy organization, you can also sponsor orphanage. Then on value proposition, so how unique are your toys from other toys? You need to make sure that they are durable, they are exclusive, they are eco-friendly, they are safe. Do you get what I'm trying to say, guys, on value proposition?
Yes.
Mm. Then on customer relationships, that's where you have got loyalty points. Birthdays for kids, you do something for their birthdays because here you want to maintain a relationship.
Mm.
Then on channel, someone is saying something.
No.
Ponseng, you've got a voice like Bafana.
Because it is.
Ah, I don't know the name Ponseng, but I can hear that no man. I know this voice. Oh, your real name is Ponseng. Oh, I didn't know that name honestly, but I can hear
No, so you
the
knew
voice.
it. It's just that like you couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Oh, nice to meet you again. I'd rather call you Bafana. This Ponseng thing is very difficult for me. So yeah, then on channels, you'd use your aggregators. You know aggregators, guys? Something like your hippo, but for kids. So you use your babies as turn. Babies are eyes or toys are as those. Someone mentioned Toys City, if I remember very well. So you use them under channels. Then for revenue streams, that's where you are going to make money. So is it B2B, for example? You can sell it to other businesses, which are your schools. Someone mentioned schools, or even institutions like doctors' areas. There are places where you normally go and there are kids' areas. They like at the doctors or where else, guys? Or at church, at Sunday school, if you remember. Do you guys go to church? Besh?
No,
Yes.
yes, but like there are no toys.
But you know what I'm talking about when it comes to Sunday school, right? Because
Not
that's where
really.
kids would hang out.
Yeah,
Really,
probably.
the Sunday school where my son goes, there are so many toys. I remember he stole one of them there, and we just realized when we got home that, Mfana, you took a toy from the church.
I don't have children. I wouldn't know.
You have them soon, hopefully.
No,
No,
no.
kids are a blessing. I always
What's the
encourage people to
benefits
have
of
kids.
having children?
Pardon?
What's the benefits of having children?
They will make you live longer.
Ah,
What is the benefit of you to your parents?
no, say, please answer
It
the
is the
question. What is
same
the
benefit
benefit
that
of
you are
having
going to get from
children?
your kids.
Which is what?
Pardon?
What benefit are you to your parents? That's the
Which is
question.
what?
Do you know that for the fact that you are an inspiration to your parents, kids gives you a more reason to live.
But now I don't have children and I have reason to live.
Trust me, your sentiment will change the moment you are going to have children, especially women. Men, it's actually better. That whole process of labor and turning it actually gives you more reason to live than anything else.
I do have reason to live now. I don't need a child to give me a reason to live.
I'm sure you are highly convinced of you have got each and every reason to say you wouldn't want to have a child, right?
Yes,
As it
millions.
stands.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So your revenue stream, guys, based on what we've discussed, so it can either be B2B, B2B meaning that we'll be targeting other businesses, but B2C it means that you can be targeting individual customers. So that's your business to consumer. Then on customer segment, you can target parents, you can segment customers based on who they are. So you can target parents. You can also target breadwinners. Remember, not all families, guys, have got parents. Sometimes parents are broke. As a breadwinner, you are the one who provide for those kids. I know many people do not have kids like Besh, but they are supporting their sisters' kids because they can work, and their sisters who have got those kids are not working. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So it means that
Yes,
those
sir.
are your target audience, even if they don't have kids. It makes sense, right? Hmm. Then what else did I skip here? I think I've covered the entire canvas model. But this whole exercise, guys, does it make sense?
Yes, it does. But I think my confusion was the example on page 80. Is it
Mhm.
like obviously I haven't read through these pages, but is this based on a certain example or I'm trying to see.
Oh, so I'm on page 80, for example, on key activities
Oh, I see
where,
now.
where there's sales maximization. These are the end results. For example, you can do sponsorships there, whereby you sponsor a school, a function at a school. It means that people are going to know about the toy company and it's going to maximize sales. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So yeah, it is actually the same thing that we are talking about here. It's just put out in a different way on the textbook.
Oh.
Yeah, it is the same thing that we are talking about. And remember, these things are related. For example, if you go to CR for customer relationships, there's co-creation there. Then for key activities, there's creation of content. So you can always involve your customers in the creation of content as well. The same way Coca-Cola did with personalized name, having a Coke can written specifically. That's part of co-creation. And that led to maximization of sales because now people want to buy Coca-Cola in their names. Does it make sense now, Besh?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Any questions, guys?
No.
Hey, Bafana, you are reliable, Musa. I remember you left